WrestleMania is the most important show in the history of WWE. It's the show that every single casual wrestling fan watches. But the WWE has an opportunity this year to ruin WrestleMania 41. Now, what I mean by ruin is really just disappoint the fans, the audience, and everyone that is surrounded around the event. But how can WWE do that? This is such a home run, such an easy event to hit on every single year. You put out the best matches, the best storylines, and finish them up. So in today's video, we're going to talk about how the WWE can ruin WrestleMania 41. Now, really quickly, if you guys enjoy professional wrestling content, do me one small favor. Make sure to hit that subscription button after the video if you guys enjoyed that. Now, with that being said, let's talk about the list of how we can ruin WrestleMania 41. Number one is the Royal Rumble winners having kind of dud matches. Now, what do I mean by that? We know that Jey Uso and Gunther have to put on an absolutely stellar match where whether Jey Uso wins and becomes the world champion or Gunther wins and beats Jey Uso, it needs to be a really good match. Now, what do I mean by that is we can't have a repeat of Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso where it was a super kick fest and not really much storytelling to the match, not really much emotion for the fans to get behind. Gunther is built as an unstoppable force monster. If they want to continue that by sacrificing Jey Uso for the fourth time, just do it. You know, take the opportunity to absolutely destroy him. But if Jey Uso is going to win this match, they need to make it very believable. He needs to diversify everything he does in this match. He needs to overcome the odds of a David versus Goliath, and he has to seem like he is a new world champion. They cannot have wasted a Royal Rumble on Jey Uso to have a mediocre match, which people just go, well, we always knew Jey Uso was going to win, and Gunther has to take a loss for this. Which brings us on to Charlotte. As we've seen for the past couple weeks now, their feud has really taken a personal turn. My biggest fear is they're going to basically sacrifice one of them in this match. I believe that the biggest way you could ruin this match is not let both of these women show up and show out. We saw Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair at the Showcase of the Immortals, and that was arguably the match of that WrestleMania. It was a phenomenal match. Charlotte always shows up at WrestleMania matches. They need to do the same thing they need to do with Jey and Gunther. Both women need to seem like they are going to beat the other person, and ultimately whoever's going to win, have them, you know, actually feel like a real winner. No fancy gimmicks, no stupid roll-ups, no dumb little interference or stuff like that. Let these two women put on a banger match, have a clear winner, and make sure that we keep the prestige of the Royal Rumble winners having valuable matches on the WrestleMania card. Because a lot of people were really upset about Jey and Charlotte winning. If they don't show up and show out, we're going to have a lot of upset fans. So I wrote this video before we ended up seeing SmackDown, and what really sucks is I was going to say neglecting the tag team division and not giving both tag teams matches on both nights of the card, and unfortunately we already saw it happen. The Street Profits are probably going to be defending only on Friday unless somehow, some way, you know, other tag teams get involved and we get another match for Saturday or Sunday with all the tag teams. But I feel like, again, this is, I forget if it was WrestleMania 21, I believe was the last time they did not have a tag team match on WrestleMania. But it feels like they just threw together War Raiders and New Day just to give us a match that people might care about. But I hate to be that guy. I don't look at War Raiders and New Day as a WrestleMania match. There's no really feud there that sets us up for WrestleMania. There's nothing really there that's like, I need to see this on WrestleMania. At least the Street Profits have been having storylines for a couple months with all the tag teams on SmackDown, and any one of those would have made sense. So I already think that kind of was a fail. I kind of just didn't put this video out fast enough for that to happen. I would love if maybe they do it on the kickoff show where they have them defend, but kind of sucks that the tag team division's getting a little pooper this past year. Now, WrestleMania 40 made so much sense to have legends involved and part-time people involved and stuff like that. I really hope at this Showcase of Immortals, Cody Rhodes and John Cena don't have a million run-ins. I hope we don't have Stone Cold, Travis Scott, The Rock, everyone else that could possibly get involved in this, basically giving us a repeat of last year. I think that's one of those things where you save it every couple years to make it a little more exciting, because we saw Solo getting involved in Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns the first time. We saw the whole entire locker room and legends getting involved in Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns the second time. Having people get involved in Cody Rhodes the third time, it kind of diminishes the star appeal to me. Like, if The Rock is involved in the specific match again, which I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna happen, and I think it's gonna ruin the match a little bit. I think it's gonna kind of like mess up the match for us. Like, all right, so what are we going to run it back again and again and again? We need a clear and decisive winner between Cody Rhodes and John Cena. Whether John Cena cheats again would be awesome. If you guys don't remember, his first WrestleMania, WrestleMania 20, he used the brass knuckles on Big Show. If he ends up using the Rolex or brass knuckles again, that would be cool to me, because it's like, all right, he's a heel, so it makes sense. But having The Rock like come in, beat up Cody Rhodes, hit a rock bottom, and have Cody pin him, having John pin Cody would kind of be to me, and I feel like it would kind of ruin the match itself. And again, I'm sure people will be like, oh my god, it's gonna go viral, such an exciting moment, but it doesn't really like help with the storyline aspect of it for me. The next one is having us get all predictable outcomes. I'm sure everybody can tell who the favorites are in every single match. I think John Cena is the clear and decisive favorite against Cody Rhodes. I think that Jey Uso is the clear and decisive favorite against Gunther. I believe that Tiffany Stratton is not the clear and decisive favorite against Charlotte. She's clearly supposed to be going over. You have Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are supposed to run through Bayley and Lyra. Jacob Fatu is supposed to destroy LA Knight. Rey Mysterio, I'm guessing, is supposed to beat El Grande Americano. Jade's supposed to beat Naomi. The women's triple threat match, I think Bianca's the clear favorite in that match, but you could say any one of them. I would really like it if we had some swerves. I would really like it if we had some people go out. Like, I would love it if Logan Paul absolutely destroys AJ Styles. Like, they put on a phenomenal match, and Logan Paul is a clear and decisive winner. I would love it if Braun Breaker literally runs through Dominic Penta and Finn Balor. I would love it if we have situations like Io Sky beats Rhea and Bianca Belair. You know, can we get a surprise win of LA Knight against Jacob where he slays the werewolf? Can we have Tiffany Stratton destroy Charlotte Flair? Could Gunther end up still being the Goliath against Jey Uso and become an even bigger heel in the scenario? I would like some swerves here and there. Something that's going to, like, you know, not have me be like, oh, well, I saw that coming. Oh, I knew that was going to come. Because the predictable outcomes have been kind of very obvious the past couple years for WrestleMania. I feel like we could have picked every single one of the winners, and I would like it to have a little bit of a swerve when it comes to WrestleMania 41. Now, I hope that the people going off script and kind of, you know, downplaying their opponents doesn't really ruin the matches itself. Like, I'm a little worried that they're gonna actually bury Charlotte Flair for going off script and kind of like just give Tiffany Stratton the win and put her over, you know, just have Charlotte Flair be like, all right, have the win, and Charlotte Flair kind of sandbag it. I'm a little worried that a lot of the personal tension in all of these matches is going to be a little scary. We know Drew McIntyre does not want to be in this match with Damian Priest. I hope he still puts 110% effort, because it is a street fight. We know that Damian Priest is great at street fights. We saw it in Puerto Rico with Bad Bunny, so we know he could put on a fire match. And I hope Drew McIntyre lets that play out the right way, because I understand him being upset. I'm sure he wanted to be in that triple threat match, have it be a fatal four-way, and be in the Night One of Mania main event. Same thing with Gunther. He recently went on Ariel Helwani's podcast talking about how he thought he'd be in the match with like a Seth or a Roman or a CM Punk or Cody Rhodes, you know, some bigger people, but he's here with Jey Uso, and you can tell that, like, he's not as invested in this match as a Jey Uso is, because this is Jey Uso's moment. It is moment to go over, and I hope he doesn't sandbag it and kind of just like be like, well, it's very obvious that I'm just putting this guy over. Because I'm going to be honest, I know a lot of people talk about Sami Zayn and Gunther was some amazing match. I really didn't feel about it that way. I didn't think last year's match was like, oh my God, that's special. Especially when you've seen what he could do at WrestleMania. We saw what he did in the previous WrestleMania. So it's like, I kind of have this hard time being like, hey, please make sure that any backstage tension, anything that you might have against these people doesn't really undermine it. And that's on Triple H to obviously do all this, like, hey guys, go out there, put on your best show, and make sure everything's good to go. And I think the last thing is, I think they need to really focus on advancing storylines. And what I mean by that is, every single match, the way it ends and the way the match goes, it has to work with storylines that are going for the future. I believe that they kind of messed up at WrestleMania 40, where every single person was involved in that match, and we had to wait basically a whole year to see The Rock back involved. Like he came out for, was it Bad Blood? I think it was Bad Blood when he did like the cutthroat or whatever. I think we need more of these storylines where like you're not just waiting for WrestleMania season to expand on it. We saw it at WrestleMania 39, where after that storyline, Cody Rhodes was kind of like on his, I guess, redemption tour, and it felt like everything was just filler till we got to the Royal Rumble and he won the Royal Rumble. Like bringing Jey Uso, that was another thing. The Jey Uso breakup and like raising the bar for Jey Uso and then having him go to Raw, tag teaming with Cody, just felt like filler for the guys for next year. Like it was one of those things where it's like, all right, we're going to do filler for you all year. WrestleMania 40, you guys are going to win your matches, and then we're going to elevate you. And at the same time, they didn't have anyone ready for Cody Rhodes. Like he had the feuds with AJ Styles, he had the feuds with Kevin Owens, he did the Logan Paul match, and none of those were like what any of those feuds where you're like, I'm super invested and super interested and want to see this go down. So I really hope you build stories for each one of these guys. Like, I hope we know who the clear and decisive person that's going to face Jey Uso next is. I hope we know what's going to happen with CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. Like, is Roman Reigns going to end up losing and go away for 6 more months? Is The Rock going to get involved in the Cody Rhodes and John Cena match and go away for another 6 to 8 months? You know what I mean? Like, I would love for us to have a situation where every storyline advances and keeps going. When Tiffany or Charlotte win, you know, something advances with that storyline and stuff. That's obviously all on Triple H to develop the storylines and set us up for everybody else. Like, Logan Paul beats AJ Styles. Does that mean that he's going to face Jey Uso next? You know, like, we need to make sure that the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, we go right into storylines. It was interesting. He did that after WrestleMania 39. Brock Lesnar came back, acted like he was teaming with Cody, beats the crap out of Cody. Now we have this whole storyline. The Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, The Rock gave Cody the watch back and disappeared for another like 6 months. So I really hope we get real storyline building at the end of this WrestleMania. Now, I know what you guys wanted to hear. You guys wanted to hear that Jey Uso beating Gunther would absolutely ruin the history of the WWE and destroy Gunther and make it absolutely terrible. I'm sorry to tell you guys, I don't think that ruins WrestleMania. I think WrestleMania is made for moments to put over people, whether it's the heel or the babyface. You're not going to get a bigger moment than Jey Uso lifting that title, being the first of his, you know, dad, brothers winning the big one. His dad's only ever won Intercontinental Gold. His brothers have only won, him and his brother won tag team gold, and Solo won the North American Championship. But other than that, they haven't really won anything big. There's not been anything there. For Jey Uso to lift that belt is going to be a big moment. Gunther's already held it for almost an entire year, and Gunther's going to be relevant in the main event scene till the guy retires. He is that dude. Him winning does not hurt anybody. And I know you guys wanted to hear me say that Charlotte winning a WrestleMania is going to suck. She shouldn't have even won the Royal Rumble. She's only winning for her name. Guys, Charlotte Flair elevates everybody. If she has a feud with Tiffany Stratton that lasts another PLE or two, you're not going to hate it because all it is elevating other talent. She did it with Rhea Ripley. She's done it with everyone she's ever been in the ring with. Don't ever try to deny that. She always makes sure that the person that she faces when the feuds are over has been elevated, whether it's in the ring, whether it's in their career, or whether they walk out with a title. And lastly, I do think the results matter this year. I know the past couple years, the results haven't really mattered. I do think they do this year because we're moving into a very weird period where everyone that's in the main event scene and everyone that's winning matches has been guys that win matches like every single year. So it's one of these situations where we need to see some different types of results and some more guys get elevated. I've said this many times in other videos. This is a passing of the torch type moment at WrestleMania. We need to see the younger talent win. Would I love a Dominic Mysterio winning? Be great. Do I think Braun Breaker should win and destroy everybody? Yes, they're the same age. And him going over against all these other guys would be awesome. I believe that Jacob Fatu needs to win his match. I believe Logan Paul needs to win his match. I believe all the younger talent needs to make sure that they walk out with titles, walk out with wins, and keep elevating those people to the next level. With that being said, I want to know from you guys, what do you think would ruin the WrestleMania for you guys this year? What do you guys disagree with me or agree with me on? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up. Ring that bell for subscription notifications after you subscribe. And with that being said, this is much love from me to you guys.